Last week on Celebrity Treasure Island, our 14 treasure hunters woke up to the harsh reality of life in a deserted land.
Sore back, sore legs from so much hiking, but we'll get there. Feeling like shit. Need some makeup.
And we're actually starving.
South Camp won the food challenge, then faced a crucial decision.
If we got it wrong, we were going to starve.
And wrong they were, losing the food and the piece of the treasure map.
Disappointing is definitely the word.
They seem to be pretty bad at choosing boxes. The north side loves that.
To survive, they learnt to hunt and fish.
I did get on the end of a big puffish. Then when I tried to get it in further, it broke away.
Ignoring the dangers lurking below.
Very frustrating to see breakfast so close, yet so far.
But when it came to bidding for whatever was in this box...
4,200.
Sold to the Team Blue. South Camp were unbeatable. At any price.
Toffee pops, Coke and a pineapple.
Put up the bill because you would hate the thought of me starving.
And tonight the stakes are raised even higher.
I'm gone.
Because not everyone will survive this round of the adventure. Not everyone can hack the pace on Treasure Island, but trying to prove they can on the north side are Wellington-born pop star and television host Erica Tokach, former international cricketer turned radio host Danny Morrison, Tauranga-born designer Sally Ridge from the television series Changing Rooms, American actor and television presenter Anthony Ray Parker, ZM lunchtime radio host Nikki Sunderland, Dunedin-based radio host and Changing Rooms builder Handy Andy Dye, and television presenter and breakfast radio host Stacey Daniels. These 7 make up the team who live at the north end of the island and wear red bandanas. In the south, there's former All Black centre Frank Bunce, fashion model and Cantabrian Nikki Watson, the builder from TV2's My House, My Castle, John Coxie Cox, from Auckland, actor and television presenter Katrina Hobbs, international swimming star Trent Bray, television presenter and former champion long jumper Jane Kiley, and music show host Dominic Bowden. The South team wear the blue bandanas and live at the opposite end of the island.
And today they are faced with their first elimination, as our 14 treasure hunters will by the end of the day be reduced to 12. But first they have their clues and challenges to complete, and another day with little or no food, as our celebrities continue their quest to find the secrets of Treasure Island and the buried $20,000.
Watch out for the text question in tonight's Celebrity Treasure Island and be in to win a trip for 6 to a Treasure Island with D-Juice and Telecom Mobile.
Another beautiful morning on Treasure Island, and South team have plenty to smile about. It's the morning after their first meal in 4 days, and they have leftovers for breakfast.
We've got food now, so we're eating. And that's made a huge difference. I think we've all got energy and we're all feeling a lot better.
We had a nice pineapple breakfast and we chopped up the leftovers of the toffee pops, and beautiful, beautiful. You know, we've only been here 2 or 3 or 4 days or whatever it is, and you lose track of time, but tell you what, it seems like a whole lot more.
For the 14 celebrities who came to this island in search of treasure, the experience has been an eye-opener. They couldn't have imagined how hard the reality would be.
Still having some serious homesick moments for my children, my babies, and my husband. Yeah, really, really, really miss them, and wish I could see them.
Boy, did I miss my bed this morning. Oh, my goodness. I woke up and just felt like I'd slept on a block of wood.
This isn't paradise, it's purgatory.
You miss your family, and even more so when you haven't got all the luxury around you. You'd rather be there, especially at like 3 o'clock in the morning when you're wide awake because you can't sleep because of the hard ground and you're sitting on the beach trying to catch fish. It's just not happening.
For television builder John Cox, the experience has been particularly harrowing. His attempts at climbing a coconut tree have left him with an injured eye.
A bit of stuff fell in my eye, and it's just like a needle poking me in the eye all the time. It's just so painful. because it's putting a lot of strain on the other eye. Can't keep my eyes open after about 7 o'clock. And it's quite weird, isn't it?
Some of the celebrities have even become camera shy, preferring to tell their innermost thoughts to unmanned confession cameras.
I woke up in the middle of the night last night and for a split second thought that I was at home and then realised that I wasn't.
I'm losing my mental capacity. When you don't eat, you don't get food to your brain and or oxygen to your brain, and you just start going a bit loopy.
14 celebrities came here thinking that the cameras would roll by day and by night they would be looked after, pampered and treated as the rich and famous should be. But after 4 long, hard, hungry days, they have finally woken up to reality.
It's not often that you get put together with sporting personalities and television personalities where you're with them 24/7 and you get to see what they look like when they wake up in the morning, and you know, and everyone tootling off and going, oh well, I'm going to the bathroom now, and everybody knowing that they've got to squat down in the middle of somewhere in some sand and then cover it all up really hush hush.
And I'm down to my last underwear too, so gonna have to watch myself the next couple of days.
I've got heaps of knickers. I bought so many pairs of knickers. I don't want to sing. I bought like 15 pairs of knickers.
I don't need to hear that because I need some.
He's run out.
I need some. I don't need to hear that.
I saw him eyeing up your girls ones.
The treasure hunters have come here with only the most basic of worldly goods. They have already shown they're not adverse to cheating when it comes to sneaking contraband on the island. And I have a feeling there will be more such crimes revealed before the day is out. But in the meantime, it's business as usual. The business of treasure hunting.
That's it. Oh, it's another cryptic.
Your quest starts at Southern Home. 175 steps north you should roam. But between
Two.
tall I.
The text message reads, your quest starts at Southern Home. 175 steps north you should roam. Between 2 tall ones you'll find the key. If only you dare to scale the tree.
From that
You should roam.
Yeah.
Let's pack.
The clue is telling the North team to start at their rivals' camp in the south, then go directly 175 paces north to find a key strung between 2 tall trees. South Camp 2 have a message in a bottle. It would lead them to another clue.
Yep.
And then the race begins. The race to win the food reward. The race to quash their rivals.
From pond, travel northwest, just 664. Go left at the fork, then stop 40 more.
The clues take the form of cell phone text messaging.
We really don't need to worry too much about that 664, do we? Because as soon as we find a fork, like we travel northwest from the pond.
From pond, travel northwest, just 664. Go left at the fork, then step 40 more. Suspended on high as the hangman's rope, then you must climb to have any hope. South team will start at the pond on top of the island and travel along the path to a fork where they will turn left and search for a noose and a key strung high up in a tree.
All right, here is the pond.
Go left at the fork, then step 40 more. Well, if we go down there 40...
Well, there's 40, and there's 40. 40 more. We've got to really work out exactly where the beginning of the fork is.
You've got to say...
We probably think, God, it can't be this simple. It's got to be tougher than that. And, yeah, we do tend to sort of get a bit deep about it all.
664 could have been 6 times 6 times, or plus 4, which was 40, and then 40 more, which sounded quite good, so it was 40 plus 40 more. That sounded really good, and that was Jane's idea, and I was fully with that.
There's no doubt we're the better team, you know. We get to the treasure first and we just choose the wrong box. It's like it's in the bag, you know. We get the booby prize every time. And it's starting to get quite frustrating, really.
You can't sort of not feed someone for 48 hours and send us up hills and down mountains and into stagnant water and not expect us to get a little bit grumpy.
The South Camp have become the desperados, the hard-done-by good guys, unlike the naughty North team who have carried contraband and mysteriously lit a fire out of nothing. But are the sweet little team from the South really that innocent, or are they too hiding something? Something that's illegal and that will cost them dearly. Something every one of them have been careful to hide. Well, Treasure Island has a way of finding out and making someone pay.
It was a horrible feeling, actually. It was sort of the best way I could describe it is what I felt like back when I was in school if you got in trouble or something, and it's like, ugh.
Keep watching tonight's show and answer this question to be in to win a trip for 6 to a treasure island with D-Juice and Telecom Mobile. Text your answer to 2010.
South Camp have a circular shelter divided into 7 segments, one for each team member. It's the brainchild of Coxie, their builder. Compared to the North team's crude hut, it's an architectural masterpiece, and now as their glue draws them close to their rivals' camp for the first time, North can only compare camps and wonder.
When I first saw their hut, I thought it looked like a gazebo, and it made me realise just how unorganised our handy Andy is. And mate, I tell you what, he needs that MDF and those drills and those nails and all that stuff. Andy, our place sucks. What are you doing?
It was quite an impressive wee hut they've got going on there. I think it looks like it might be quite waterproof, which is pretty good because it looks like it might rain. And I don't think our one's going to stand up to rain, and it'll probably blow over in a gust of wind. But we walked past like we weren't impressed at all. I wasn't impressed at all, no way. And it's not a DIY show really, we're here to hunt for treasure.
Let's just scour the side of this hill here for another 30 steps.
Yep,
and then start looking up.
We were just so hot, hadn't had hardly any food, and so the body just starts shutting down and saying, guess what, you're not giving me anything, I'm not giving you anything either. I think the tempers were starting to fray.
The clue is clear. They need to go 175 paces north, but the red team are making hard work of it.
Well, this is 175.
And remember, the clue does say, though, if you dare to climb, okay? So we'll waste of time looking on the ground. We've got to look up.
Well, 175 is here. It's not in those 2 big trees there. And we did veer off the path.
I think there were tensions, I do. I think that was mostly because we were all hot and tired and we just wanted to get somewhere as fast as possible. And if it means, you know, a little bit of maybe stepping on someone's toes or going a different way from what somebody else suggests, then, you know, that might be what has to be done. I think we all just know that we have to know that we're not all always right. Someone is and someone's not.
Well, we were supposed to stay on the path, and we kind of veered off the path a little bit. We covered 175 steps, but I think we need to find that path, and I think when we find the path, we'll find the tree.
It does say tree.
Yeah,
it does say if you dare to climb the tree.
If I want to, I can have a really loud voice and make people listen. I don't want to be bossy, but, you know, Anthony Ray's a big guy, and of course, you've got to be really accurate when you're doing this count-out paces or whatever. You have to be really accurate with that because you could end up anywhere. I think everyone was getting a little frustrated with each other, and there was one point when we all just stopped and we just thought, oh, God, this is too much, you know?
I think it's down here, personally. Everybody wants to put in their 2 cents, and sometimes, you know, it just doesn't go their way, so, you know, you're going to find a little animosity there. That's understandable, and that was an example of that today, and I think you're going to find tension, you're going to find disagreements.
The only way seems to be to forget about the paces north and look up into every tree until they find what they're looking for.
Yes, here it is!
Suspended between 2 trees is a tin tankard. The question is how to get it down.
Can we cut it down?
No, we're just...
I don't think we want to cut it because I think there's something inside.
There's a key in it.
Out.
We've got a pulley over here, so I might have to go up this one. And then somehow try and hook onto that.
How cheeky.
These things are supposed to hold how much? They're supposed to withstand.
I'm thinking we're the muscle though. We're the engine room. We've got to pull it. We're the engine room, so really it's one of the girls.
Erica, you want to go?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't too worried about climbing the tree today. I felt like all that work at the gym had finally paid off. I was pretty confident I could get up there by myself. I was a bit more concerned about the boys because they're not the most organised bunch, and yeah, they were going to have to haul my ass up there, so bless their hearts, they are lovely. But yeah, I guess at some stage you do really have to begin to trust your teammates, huh?
South team, meanwhile, are just plain lost.
Come on, Dom!
When I thought I was being the Einstein of the blue team, when I thought the 6 times 6 is 36 and 4, I thought, I've cracked something finally, and then I was wrong.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
So it's a trek along the right path for one team, a trek up a tree for the other.
I was a bit concerned about not having a safety rope and getting up there, but it wasn't actually that difficult. I haven't climbed a tree since I was really little. My upper body strength was stronger than I actually thought it was, so I didn't actually need to be pulled in the end. I actually climbed my way out there. Dad?
We're coming.
Are you going to pull yourself out there?
Yeah.
Got it, Rocket.
You've got it sorted.
I actually didn't have a problem with the heights or anything like that. I bungee jumped a couple of times from wicked heights, so that was a breeze.
Get that little thing down.
Get that hair clip out. The nails.
Fingers, with our fingers.
Oh, girlfriend.
Our own Lucy Lou. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well done, sweet. Look at that.
North team are first to the next clue. They'll be first to begin the race for food.
Well done. All right.
Clue, sorry.
Clue in the key.
Little key.
Inside the tankard is a key and another clue.
Okay,
On nearest?
nearest shore, your vessel's beached. Key will ensure it can be reached. On opposite for first to win is
war.
Tis war. Tis war.
So we've got to go really quick, like to show straight there.
The clue says, on northeast shore your vessel is beached, and key will ensure it can be reached. On opposite isle there lies on shore the bounty for first to win this war.
Come on, guys. We should get to that vessel, and then we can get on the vessel and then figure the rest of this out.
The second clue sends both teams on a race to the main beach, where the key should unlock a raft chained to a tree. Then they will have to paddle to the next island.
664.
664.
664, right to here. Perfect.
Okay, so
There it is, guys. Hanging off the tree over there.
South Camp at last get their paces right.
I'm going to go up.
Read the clue again, Frank.
Suspended up high is a hangman's rope.
There's no time for ropes anymore. Dominic is straight up the hangman's tree in search of the next clue.
Further up, Dom. Look further up. Down a little bit further and to the right. There's a little package there tied onto the tree.
Let's hurt them some more. Let's get that pain deeper.
Again, there is a key and another clue.
On nearest shore, your vessel's beached.
On northeast shore, your vessel is beached, and key will ensure it can be reached. On opposite isle, there lies on shore the bounty for first to win this war.
Now let's go. Those guys will nearly be there.
That way.
Rest is down there.
I've actually had to rely on the guys quite a lot, and everyone else, because half the time I wouldn't know how to get out of a car park. I'm geographically challenged, so, and directionally challenged.
I'll have a look around the edge over here.
Maybe there's a boat round the corner and we have to go over.
The teams are now in a race, knowing that there'll be dinner for just one of them at the end of this challenge.
Hey! We got a raft over here! Let's go! Here we go, we've got a couple of paddles and a raft, and we're first here, okay?
But their South Camp rivals are not far behind. They hit the beach in a big hurry.
Come on, you got to wait.
Let's go!
It's too late. They've already come around the corner. They've already come around the corner. Come on, let's go.
Nikki sees a rope on the beach and begins to pull it in, thinking it may be the raft they're looking for.
Okay, Frank.
Oh, hey. You're doing good.
But it proves to be nothing but some fish bait. Nothing to them, but it may be important to someone else.
Let's go. Slowly.
Clue again.
Raft, we're on their raft, guys.
North team already have their raft in the water and are headed for the closest island.
The race is on again. Will the North team finally get to win a challenge? Or will the South team blow it again when it comes to picking the right chest? The stakes have never been higher on Treasure Island.
It was really important we got this one today. They would have had 3 pieces of the map.
Let the raft race begin. The celebrity treasure hunters are in their closest race yet. North team are in the water but going nowhere fast, while South Camp have yet to unlock their raft.
You come racing around having, you tramp through the bush and everything, and you come racing around, everyone's a bit tired, and you see them, 10 metres out already in their, on their raft. You're a little bit down.
Come on, guys, let's carry this out.
My competitive nature comes to the fore when I've got people around me that I can see the people I'm competing against, and really felt that way when we come around, and we really had to beat them across to the island and the treasure.
When we got there and saw the boat already in the water and them paddling off, I kind of thought, how can you catch them? Our boat's still beached up on there, but we can't lose. We just can't.
Grab one of those goggles, Foxy.
The other team were already in the water, but they just had no idea, did they, really? You could just see.
As soon as we got in there, within sort of 5-10 metres, we knew that we were catching them. It was a well-oiled machine. We were all basically paddling the whole way, whereas I think the other team, a few of them were just sitting on there and weren't really doing too much.
South Camp have already made huge gains on their leading but struggling rivals.
Just got a little bit panicky there, and we perhaps weren't as organised, and there was a bit of hoo-ha going on.
You could feel it, and everybody, you could feel the tension on the boat, but there was momentum, we were gaining.
South have gained 20 metres to now be within striking distance of their rivals. They look like the fitter, slicker, more organised outfit.
Synergy really does sum it up. We were just a team. We were just like 7 arms just rocking down, moving, and we overtook them, and it was just like, this sums up the difference between the two groups. Our group really is a group, a team effort, and maybe the other one isn't.
North team have lost all of their 20-metre start. They're struggling while their rivals are pumping.
Now, I must admit, I felt really sorry for them when we went past, and they were sort of like looking at us like this. It's a pride thing, and you don't want to be sort of shown to be the weaker one, so I think that's hard to take.
This is our first day today that we thought we were going to be first to the treasure. Okay. We all just totally lost it. I hate to say it, but we're like sort of like a hen party gone wrong at moments of crisis. It's like, wow, let's just go. It was totally sinking. That raft was not going anywhere. It's actually really embarrassing. We all totally stressed out and lost the plot.
We just lost our minds when it got to the raft. We just had an utter freak out. And all they're yelling at each other, I just can't believe it.
It's all men overboard for North Camp, except Anthony Ray, who may be the heaviest occupant on their sinking raft, but he cannot swim. The South Camp's lead is now 30 metres. They know they have the race won.
We were miles behind these guys and they were miles in front, so let's try the paddles, better swimmer.
We were just too good. You couldn't put a word on how good we were, It wasn't brilliant, it wasn't fantastic, it was just something out of this world.
B-L-U-E blue!
On the beach, there are 2 chests.
Run! Oh God, we've got to choose again.
We've done it. We've got there first for the 3rd time in a row, and then we were going to have to make a choice. And if we chose wrong, then we would pretty much, lose the challenge because we'd miss out on getting a piece of the treasure map, and so we were like, oh man.
2 chests. The first one they touch becomes theirs.
The bounty for first to win this war. For first. First one's here.
So maybe we go for the first box.
Their rivals in the north may be getting used to finishing second in the challenges, but wrong choices by the South Camp have given their rivals the prize every time. They already hold 2 pieces of the treasure map.
Stick to right.
Right.
Do
right.
Do
yeah.
it.
Yep, we all agree.
Right.
Yeah, go right.
Oh, I was definitely so nervous because obviously this was the 3rd challenge that we'd won, and we'd chosen the wrong chests twice already, so to choose the wrong one again this time, it would have been devastating.
Okay, ready?
See what we got.
Yep. Okay, and here it is.
And opening the box was terrifying. We kind of all went, okay, it's either going to be 3rd time lucky or 3rd time really unlucky.
Come on!
For the blue team at last, the right choice. They have tomatoes, mini chocolate bars, rice, and that treasured piece of the map.
Hallelujah! There's actually something in there rather than some pyjamas and 5 grains of rice. Just the tomatoes, to see those tomatoes is a big thrill. I love tomatoes.
It's a good feeling to finally win when we kind of thought we'd won everything up till now, but to actually get the reward was rewarding.
For North Camp, the race is long over, and they've blown their chance of finally being first past the post in a challenge.
The other team just looks, I don't know, they look a wee bit divided, sort of. I guess in a situation like that, you could start maybe blaming a few people for not pulling their weight or something. So it just seems to me like, I don't know, they're a wee bit on edge.
You know, if we had an Olympic swim with us, we might be all right.
That had nothing to do with it. We just had to get a bit more organised at the beginning instead of screaming and yelling.
There's nothing to do but collect the second prize. Inside the remaining box, 3 tomatoes and 6 live hoo-hoo grubs.
No, we're supposed to
I could just about put it in my mouth right now. But I'm not gonna.
We can eat you. We are going to eat you. Oh, what's
Tell
that?
you what, you can have 2, you can have mine as well. I'm not eating that.
I was pissed. I was highly upset. We had them beat. We did everything we were supposed to do, and we did it well. And at the end, it just wasn't our day.
For South Camp, victory at last. But their wet clothing has revealed something they don't want anyone to know about.
It is illegal, it is contraband, and it's going to come home to haunt them.
South Camp have won the latest challenge on Treasure Island. But there are questions that need answering.
Congratulations, guys. You finally won. Did you pick the right cheese?
Finally won. We won 3 times.
Right, okay, now listen, you may know that we busted the other team for contraband. Same rules apply to you guys. Does anyone have any contraband on them now that they want to fess up? Not at all? Are you sure?
What are the consequences?
Well, we treat this kind of thing quite seriously. It's part of the rule book. You do know what you're allowed to bring and what you're not allowed to bring. So basically, what I'm asking you is if you don't think you've got anything, then you won't have any problem emptying your pockets and your bags.
I'll fess up because...
What? No, I forgot to hand in my watch, and I put it in my bag.
I thought, oh, I know, they must have seen me with it, or they must have seen it in my pocket or something. So I thought I'd better own up. Because what is worse than getting caught with illegal goods is lying and then being caught later on about it.
Just empty your pockets.
2 fins, a hat, a t-shirt, the rule book.
Back pockets, turn around, guys. Show me your back pockets.
All pockets are supposedly empty, but someone has something to hide.
Nikki? Nikki, empty your back.
Well, our camera crew can swear that we did not use it.
We never used it. We had it, we have never used it.
Nikki confesses to having a cigarette lighter.
Again, you've got a watch, you've got a lighter. It's still a break of the rules.
All I can say is it felt like how it felt way back when I was at school if you got caught doing something at school that you weren't allowed, especially because I knew that I brought the lighter purely for myself because one of my main fears was going to the toilet in the night in the dark.
The lighter was illegal contraband, so was Frank's hidden watch. South Team will have to forfeit precious goods to their rivals.
There's 2 items, so let's make it 2 Mars bars. You have to call a trade. Bang the gong, call the trade. 2 Mars bars for something out of their chest you have to trade for.
We knew that Nikki had the lighter because she went, oh my God, when we first arrived on the island, I've got this, I forgot to hand it in. And we said, look, don't worry, just, you know, put it there, leave it there. Well, we're not going to use it, we really want to get this fire started, you know, the right way and do it the primitive way, so to speak.
The sound of the gong calls a trade. For North Team, it's their chance to get chocolate bars in exchange for their booby prize of hoo-hoo grubs. But they have another reason to challenge their rivals.
They've pulled in our fishing line.
Who has?
The other team pulled in the fishing line.
But they're not allowed to.
No, and it's all up on the beach. And 2 of the hooks have gone off it because they were pulling it in with the sinker on it. And of course, the hooks would have dripped onto the rock.
Why are they touching our fishing
Well,
line?
they must have thought it was part of the game. But, basically, what's happened is that we've lost 2 of our hooks and all the lines there. So even if we had fish, it's gone.
When South Team pulled the rope from the water during the challenge, they broke North Camp's fishing lines, and their rivals want retribution.
This is not a normal trade, but I've caught the blue team with contraband, a watch and a lighter. And as you know, there's a dire consequence for having contraband. So as a result, I've called a trade. Trent.
Okay, because our team's so honest, we got asked if we had any contraband on the island. We came forward with these 2 items. None of them have been used for anything on the island. We've been asked to trade 2 Mars bars for 2 items of food in your box.
But we have another gripe with you guys as well. Earlier in the day, you tampered with stuff from our camp, i.e. our fishing line, and we've lost 2 hooks. Did you pull in anything from the...
Yes, we did actually. When we ran down, we thought that was part of the thing.
That wasn't part of the thing. That was our fishing line that we have had out there all day trying to catch fish. So we'd like our 2 hooks back that we gave you the other night, because you have lost our 2 hooks. And as a trade, we are prepared to give you 1 hoo-hoo grub and half a cup of rice.
North Camp could have played hardball and simply traded hoo-hoo grubs for chocolate, but they've made a mistake by offering rice as well.
No, we're not giving the hooks back.
Someone must give in.
Okay, 1 hook, and that's it.
We only have 1 hook left. We've already lost.
Yeah, but you tampered with our fishing line, and you had
How
no
are we to know that was your fishing line?
You shouldn't have touched it. It had nothing to do with what we were doing, and you've lost our 2 hooks that we were fishing with. Okay, so we'll give you half a cup of rice, 1 hoo-hoo grub, and you give us 1 hook and 2 Mars bars.
Okay, it's a trade.
Trade?
Yep.
The trade, what trade? They were being punished for having contraband. All right, now if I remember correctly, when we were punished for having contraband, we had to give them something, and we got nothing in return. So why is it that they were found with contraband that we still gave? Doesn't make any sense.
You know, we shouldn't have given them as much as we did. I don't think they deserved to have the rice. Maybe we could have given them 2 grubs and done with that.
Sally, who was our spokesperson, was a little bit disappointing, and we actually got the raw end of the stick there. And I know, had Sally, who was our spokesperson, known that she was trading for 2 minute, we all know how small those fun-sized Mars bars are, she probably would have gone a bit harder.
For us, it's not really a big loss losing the hook, but to get half a cup of rice
is brilliant.
I'd give you.
Oh, yeah.
2 Mars bars,
Keep it in these little things. I think they're big ones.
They're the fun size ones.
They're the fun size.
I'm sure they're going to have a lot of fun with these little babies. Splitting them up into like 8 pieces.
I think it's actually coming out better.
We are, actually.
We're coming out better.
South Camp have to hand over precious chocolate bars. They receive half a cup of rice and 1 live hooper grub.
Okay.
One hooper? Oh, no, we can't eat that, mate. I'm not eating that.
Knock it, buddy, knock it.
Oh,
you love it. Oh, you can have my share, bro. You can have my share. Have my share, have my share.
If he eats that.
Nicky,
Go,
no,
Nicky.
don't,
Yeah,
Nicky!
Yeah.
Oh, you
Where's that
are
one?
a legend.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my God.
I ate its ass, didn't I? I ate its butt.
No worry.
Oh, well, I'm a Canterbury girl, so we'll eat anything. Under this is a pair of gumboots and a swan dry.
The only surprise to me was that she ate it raw in Wrigley, and, you know, I don't even know that I would have done that. Sure, you fry them up and, you know, you can have a good time with them in other ways, but to chuck that thing back and there's all that crap goo and stuff oozing out of it, you know.
Maybe she's some sort of glamour model in a magazine, but when it comes to real life, she's actually quite hard. She never gives up, and she wants to impress, but she's not just some model.
We've been had. Yeah.
Oh, my.
North Camp feel cheated by the paltry size of the chocolate bars.
We can't accept these. These are too small.
No.
They're a taste.
Hey, they've said Mars bars. That's what it is, and that's what we got. We got had.
No, they're fun size.
Mars fun size.
This is a Mars bar, Trent Bray. This is a Mars bar. Perhaps he's just used to making little things seem a whole lot bigger. I'm with you on that.
What would you
All together.
For North Camp, it's cooked hoo-hoo grubs for supper.
Crunchy little hoo-hoo bug.
What's it taste like?
Very peanut buttery.
come on.
I can't do it.
Hey, it's a team. It's a North team. You have to. Come on.
I know, but
small one.
Honestly, if I put that down there, you'll be seeing it again in a minute, and you don't want that to happen.
Seriously, like
Can you come to Fiji and not eat that boo-boo?
Take your arm and leave me alone. Can't touch it.
For dessert, precious chocolate cut into the thinnest possible slices.
We need it for our love handles.
I'll take the end bit because it has chocolate all the way around.
Oh my God, they're so yummy. I'm very happy. I don't think I've eaten a chocolate bar this slowly in my life. And I get to lick the plate.
You get to lick the plate.
That was the best bar I've had.
What are you doing? I'm looking at the left It's only had salt water on it.
So there is plenty of fun and frivolity on the island tonight, but it's the calm before the storm, because in less than 2 hours, 2 of these 14 celebrities will be on their way home as their first elimination looms. You have 5 minutes to pack your bags and assemble at the main beach by the elimination shelter. It's elimination time.
For the 14 Treasure Island celebrities, it's time to say goodbye to 2 teammates. The elimination test will decide who.
Coxie, because it might sound stupid, but he's already done everything. If you can't survive on what he's done for you, you know, or what he's made the camp, in terms of design and preparation, then you know, there's something wrong.
I don't know how to build anything. I don't know how to make a fire. And I kind of felt pretty useless because Coxie was doing everything. So he's probably due to go now, you know.
I think when push comes to shove, Dominic's just cruising just a little bit more than everyone else. You know, there's a bit of work to be done around the camp and doesn't seem to get done.
I think the only one who perhaps is really missing the kids and her husband is Jane.
I know that she would get the most satisfaction out of going.
Janie would probably benefit most from going home.
If I went tonight, I'd feel as though it had ended too soon. I'd feel disappointed in myself because I am a very competitive person, and even though I'm a bit stiff and sore when I get up in the morning, when we get up that mountain and we find a clue, you get a girl rush, and that competitiveness that I have from my career as an athlete, it definitely comes back, and I think, cool, this is great, and every day has actually got a bit better, so I'm feeling really good.
In North Camp, it's a question of balancing the team.
We could afford to lose one of the women because we've got 4 of them. We've got more in our group. If it was one of us males and they were down to 4 women, 2 males, that may, you know, that make things a little bit tougher, I suppose, from that physical side of things. Humping and lifting stuff and moving things and making that, they're just doing the heavy menial tasks from that point of view. So we could probably afford to lose maybe one of the girls, yeah.
Yeah. Nikki, yeah.
If I get eliminated this afternoon, I'll be ready. You know, I've done a few good days and had a great time, but it's kind of fun here too. You know, it's a good challenge, and I'd be quite keen to stick it out for a few more days, definitely.
If I have to go tonight, I will be quite bummed, and I might cry. I think I'll just be really sad because I'd love to stay here for longer.
Erica, I was baiting up the hooks and putting the lines out to go fishing, and she didn't think that I should be doing that in case I possibly lose a hook or lose the line, which I think is probably a negative way of looking at it, especially when we're stranded on an island.
I don't know if I'm an essential part of the group, so I don't think that, yeah, I think I can afford to be lost. Elimination is a computer test of your knowledge of the island and your travels so far. The elimination rules are simple. You have 60 seconds to answer 8 questions. No one may speak during the test, and the loser must leave immediately. You may start.
It's the moment every one of these people is dreading. No one wants to be first to leave the island. The test is made up of 10 questions, testing their knowledge of their island home and of each other. They've been starving, exhausted, angry, homesick, but no one wants to be the first to go. In a few moments, this island adventure will be all over for 2 of the treasure hunters.
Your heart's going? Nikki and Trent.
Thanks for the double ticket.
You want it to be you.
You guys know what to do, eh?
Darling.
We ask that you will watch over Nikki as she leaves us tonight. Please bless her throughout every day of her life, Father. In Jesus' name we pray.
It's goodbye to Treasure Island for Nikki Sunderland and Trent Bray. The 14 is now 12.
There's a sense of relief, but at the same time you're like, oh, gutted, but it's Trent.
Yeah, we definitely miss Nikki. We all know that she was really good at the clues. And, you know, it's always good. 6 heads aren't as good as 7.
She's quite vocal around the campsite, you see, so, you know, you're always hearing her. So it was weird. And, you know, it was quite possible that I wasn't going to be here or someone else wasn't going to be here. So it's a funny experience. It's kind of spooky, really.
So tonight we said goodbye to Nikki and Trent, our first 2 celebrities eliminated from Treasure Island. Next week, another pair will go, until eventually there are just 2 left to fight it out for that $20,000 in buried treasure. Until next week, good night.